Welcome to the solemn Yugioh channel. That is still so weird. However, I figured I'd make some videos whenever someone basically asks an interesting question. And one question we got today by Jesus Rivera was, what is your opinion on the Starlight rares? Worth collecting? Okay, so I think I'm gonna need quite a few videos to really lay down the way I view this entire thing. But let's just get very specific on this one, and then you may disagree, and maybe after 10 videos you'll agree, or you still disagree, that's fine. My issue with Starlight rares, Prismatic Secret rares, Collector's rares, 10,000 Dragon rare, all that kind of stuff, is from the very beginning, they are sold to you as a collector's item. So what does that mean? It means from the very start, people open these packs, find that card, get extremely excited, and preserve it. Preserve it very, very well. Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is huge as a game. Not as big as MTG and Pokemon maybe, but it's huge. And so there's a crap ton of cases, booster boxes and so forth from first edition being printed. This means that the amount of mint, Starlight rare, Collector's rare, Prismatic Secret, Herb Derp rare that are gonna be preserved in mint condition is so huge. So huge. And so sure, in the short term they may go up. Maybe in 2 months they'll be double. Whoa! And maybe in 3 months they'll be even more. But long term, when Fleur de Lis, Dogmatica, blah blah blah, is no longer played in decks, who will legitimately go, oh yeah, I totally want to spend 500 bucks on this no longer playable card because it's been power creeped out in its fanciest form, because I want to get it graded at PSA because I have so much nostalgia towards it. Like, no, that is not a thing. The big issue with these fancy rarities that we have right now is that they're mass produced as fuck. And so yes, right now, maybe they'll go up, maybe they'll go down. But in the long term, you can't tell me these will keep holding value. Like, the way I see a collector's market, at least for like pop culture stuff, like Yu-Gi-Oh, like a Pokemon, like a Magic, the big hitters in that hobby are gonna be the old cards. I'm looking for the 38-year-old CEO who played with Blue Eyes White Dragon when he was 6, just refound his love for the game now that he makes $1 million a year, and is like, you know what, I want the rare thing of the thing I remember. I remember my Blue Eyes. I want that Blue Eyes in PSA 10. And then he throws, I don't fucking know, a huge amount of it. That is where, in my opinion, Yu-Gi-Oh! Investing, collecting, and so forth is heading towards. And so sure, right now Starlight rares are so cool. Whoa, yeah, I'm a collector, I collect these. But like, the people with the real income, and so the people who will stimulate the most high-end demand, those are gonna be the ones that are infatuated with Yu-Gi-Oh! In its most original form. Now, we've seen stuff like Ghost rares do well. We've seen stuff like Ultimate rares do well. And, you know, that's a whole conversation on its own. You could even argue that it's actually not even been enough time. 10 years is long, but it's not long at the same time, if you know what I mean. And so, I don't know. It's also like back then, the hobby wasn't taken seriously from a collecting standpoint either yet. And so, again, a lot of these cards got damaged. But right now, we are seeing people enter this market with a very like speculator mindset. They're like, oh, I'm gonna be a vendor. I'm gonna be, oh, I'm gonna invest in these cards. Oh, I'm buying this $500 Starlight rare. I'm gonna keep it mint. And then in 10 years, it'll be $30,000, you guys. The issue is, if there's thousands of guys like you all doing that, and all able to do that because there's thousands of these fucking cards of each copy out there and all being preserved from the very start, you have an issue. You have too much supply. And so that is essentially my thought on Starlight and collector's rares. I think the second something is being sold to you as a collector's item by the manufacturer while being printed 10,000 times, how is it a collector's item? It's not rare. Like, you may think it's rare because you have to open so many boxes, but consider how many boxes were opened to begin with. An item that has 10,000 copies of it or more is not rare at all. The only reason that vintage Yu-Gi-Oh goes up is because back when all those boxes were opened, we were all kids who didn't give a fuck and they were all destroyed. That is what's driving that value. Nostalgia, income going up, and lack of supply. Apart from income going up, these collector's rares have nothing like that. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Now, of course, again, in 2 years, they'll be higher. People will say, oh, you're such an idiot. See, they went up. But like, we're not talking 2 years. Again, fuck the short term. That's gonna be the name of this channel. Fuck the short term. By definition, investing is 5 years or more. If you don't have the patience to do anything and wait 5 years to see the results, get out, really. Like, and I know not many people are not gonna enjoy, let's say, this mindset, but yeah, we'll see. That's all I have for today. Like this video, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Ciao.